Hello, welcome to Dubai Fashion News, the podcast where you can get to know everything about the fashion industry. Here we will interview fashion designers, influencers, models, photographers, shop owners, you name it. And what for? To learn their insights, their stories, and the lessons they learn along the way. I'm your host, Araceli Gallego, recording from the beautiful city of Dubai. Today we have with us Silvia Lago. She's the founder and creative director of Silvia Lago BCN, a luxury shoe brand that has innovation at its very core. They have developed what they have called the Lagos Fit, a fit that makes these beautiful shoes very comfortable even though they are high heels. Silvia will tell us about how she has faced innovation trying to achieve her mission to get high heels comfy and how it has been the journey so far. Hint, it's not going bad at all. She just launched her latest collection in Dubai. Stay put, don't go anywhere. The interview starts right now. Hi Silvia.
Hi Araceli.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, we attended the event you did the other day to launch your shoe collection in the Middle East. It was at the Hotel 5 Palm in Dubai. Your shoes are beautiful and you have worked to make them comfortable. Is this something all women in the world dream of, right?
Yeah.
Having comfortable heels that you can wear all day long. In this podcast, we want to learn how you faced innovation and how you are preparing your brand to enter this market. So we have some questions for you. First, tell us how's been your journey since you started until today. When did you start it?
So I started in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
The brand started because of personal needs.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find comfortable shoes that I could wear to a party or to an elegant event. Either I had to choose between elegant shoes or shoes that were not so elegant but were comfortable.
Because you were transitioning from the day, from maybe a work office or something, and then you wanted to transition to the night, maybe to more elegant kind of a thing?
Yeah, or just like for a wedding or even for office work shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So either you had to choose like for the ugly and comfortable or for the beautiful and
super uncomfortable.
Yeah, right. So I thought like something had to be done because it couldn't be that there was no brand who was trying to
mix
both of those concepts, and that's how the idea started.
And that was in what year?
2013.
2013, you had the idea and you started working on it, put it together.
Yeah.
So your unique selling point, your USP would be comfort and beauty.
Yeah, so we are the only luxury shoe brand who is trying to bring comfort to this level of aesthetic and quality and craftsmanship. So other people have tried to do similar things like bringing comfort to high heel shoes, but in other price points and in other aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody has tried to do it in this at this level of taste and elegance and sophistication.
That's beautiful indeed. Yeah. So, what did you study?
I studied business management and economics.
And from there, you decide, okay, this is a niche because definitely there is a need. If I'm needing it, most people must be needing it too.
Right. So that was how it all started. And then once I decided I wanted to continue with this project, I moved to the southeast of Spain in Alicante. That there is a hub.
Beautiful over there.
Yeah.
People go visit Spain.
Yeah. It's a hub for luxury manufacturing, so a lot of other luxury brands, international brands, also work there with the factories. So I moved there and I took a course.
Because originally you are from?
Barcelona.
From Barcelona. From Barcelona you went to the south.
I moved there. And then I took a course on pattern making, on shoe making techniques, and to learn how the shoe is made, and all of the components, how everything works, because a shoe is very complicated. It has a lot of different parts, and it takes time and it takes a lot of care to assemble everything right.
And then when you were getting your shoes designed, because this level of comfort, you were maybe talking to other people that were experts in the matter or something?
Right, yeah. So I first, when I first started, I didn't know exactly how to develop the idea. I knew what I wanted, like to make high heel shoes comfortable, but I didn't know exactly how to materialize the idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to different people, like shoe experts, last artisans, podiatrists, biomechanical scientists, because there's the knowledge.
Biomechanical scientists. Wow.
Like people.
Yeah, because exactly there is movement in the feet,
right. So like how your body should be positioned, like for your weight to be balanced. So there's the knowledge there, but it's separated from fashion. And what I'm trying to do is to blend like both concepts. So bringing all of those knowledge into our shoes and incorporate that to a high heel shoe and to a luxury.
So
shoe.
then you were designing. You were also having the input from these.
Right.
All these
so
actually.
I assembled all of this team, and that's how it all started.
Wow. How many people then was actually part of the first shoe that you did?
I mean, there's like a lot, like as I mentioned, like shoe is it's composed of a lot of elements, so you like a lot of people is involved in the shoe making process. And
wow. Yeah. So how was your life before you started this kind of, because it was coming out of a need and you felt very passionate about it?
Right.
How has it changed your life now that you're an entrepreneur and you're
I think
because now you have the comfortable and pretty shoes.
Right. So it has been a long journey of a lot of trial and error, a lot of like difficult moments, because sometimes you don't it takes time to get where you want. And sometimes you get discouraged, or like, but you have to keep trying, and you have to
never give up.
Yeah.
You never give up. When you have a good idea, you have to go for it.
And it's something you also like keep improving, so it's an ongoing process. Like for our brand, it's something like we will keep doing, like we will keep researching and like introducing like
so innovation is not finished, you keep on doing it.
Right. I think it's something like you should try new materials, like I mean there's always new thing coming in, so it's something like you should never stop, like it's our DNA. So yeah.
Wow. And when it comes to the design, did you also ask some expert or something, like the pretty part? Because the comfortable part, you got to speak to all these other profiles that were more into the kind of like how our feet work, how our body puts the weight in one way or another. But then for the beauty part of it, you got also maybe some assistance or some.
I think this is more of like
you had the idea already.
Yeah, the idea, and also like since like we are women, we wear high heel shoes. We know what it looks good on us or what we want. And it's also like I try the shoes myself, so I know if something has to be modified, if it's hurting, so it's.
So you test and you try.
I test and try everything, and like I also have other people, like other women,
also
test it. Yeah, but I think it's very important to test it yourself.
Yeah, first. Make sure that actually it's something that you're happy with. You have collaborated with Middle Eastern brands already, like top Middle Eastern designers such as Aisha Ramadan. I mean, she's so lovely, so stylish, my God. But also with Malini, with Laura Mancini, with Silvia Romaniuk, right? What is your view on collaboration?
So I think collaboration is always good. It brings, different views on fashion together. And I think it's a great opportunity in this case for me to showcase also my designs on Arab Fashion Week, and it was a great experience to be able to see our shoes on the runway with such beautiful dresses from these talented designers. So I was very honored and happy to.
Did you have to work on, okay, this is what they're going to be showing, so I put this kind of like shoe, or this one goes well already with it?
Yeah, we will like work on like
because the style actually is very, your shoe, the style itself actually goes very well in this region.
So we work on like which look would look better with each style, and
and you put it together, you style the look.
Yeah.
Your latest collection, this one that you presented the other day, is called Divas. Why Divas?
Divas is inspiring the Hollywood actresses from the 1940s and 50s.
Oh, wow. That's why.
Grace Kelly and Audrey Hepburn. And so I feel very inspired by their timeless elegance and, sophistication and chic style. And my brand also embraces all of those values. So I thought it was good to have this first collection that we're going to launch for wholesale to establish like the fundamentals of our brand and to be like the basis for like the future collections.
So every model has a different diva in mind when you were designing.
It's just the general aesthetic of that time, and yeah.
So beautiful! Wow. What message you want to send to the ladies out there with your collection?
So our shoes are beautiful from inside and out, and we also we have a very strong brand message of to women. So that they have to reach higher and they have to achieve their goals, and I like to say that our shoes are for ladies on the rise. So it's like a comparison of the high heel shoes, when you're on the high heel shoes you rise, but also how you can feel empowered, when you feel beautiful and when you feel confident,
empowered, right?
And then, I mean, of course you can be empowered and confident with a flat shoe.
Yes.
But sometimes we also like to wear high heel shoes, and that makes us feel more beautiful.
High heels or a power dress.
Yeah, or a power dress.
When you feel I don't know, when you see yourself in the mirror, say yes. Then you go out there, and actually that also reflects. It's both ways.
Yeah,
I think it works both ways, right?
So the ultimate goal of the brand is to help women be comfortable in their shoes and achieve whatever they want in their lives, because how are you gonna manage your life if your feet are hurting? Or you have to stand with super uncomfortable high heel shoes all day. It's you're distracted.
I used to work in office, and I used to have the heels in the office in the drawer. I used to go and come back with flats, because I love heels. But it's true, for the entire day to have the heels on and come and go, it's terrible. Your shoes and your feet end up swollen and being pain.
And then,
so it's great if you can have actually...
And we also have, for example, lower heel shoes, but they still look nice and stylish. So I think it's also a good option to have, because you don't always have to wear very high heels. Lower heels, they can also be stylish, and it's, another option to always wearing flats or ballerinas.
Yeah, exactly. I love the fact that this collection, the one that you showed the other day, is so full of colors. Why is that? Why is it so colorful?
So it's just because I feel inspired by those colors. So colors, bright colors are very powerful. They give you energy, they give you confidence, and I think all of our I try to balance between having bright colors and lively colors, and also the more basic ones, or conservative, as nude, red, black. I mean, of course, those are always going to be there, but I also like to have other options which bring something new to the table. And I think every woman should have an outstanding pump, or
a statement pump.
A statement pump,
So you had yellow, you had pink, exactly, light pink and also fuchsia. You have baby blue. You had green, whites, beige, kind of off-white, red, blue, navy blues,
and black.
Oh, yes. All colors. Purple, I think also. And you?
It was pink.
It's pinkish. It's true. It's pinkish. Because you see, for example, seeing your shoes and the color, because in Europe normally we are very only black, brown, if it's bridal it's white, and little more basically. We don't play with colors that much. Maybe it's the weather, maybe it's something. unless there is like for special occasions, but then those shoes, you don't use them that often.
Right.
Here in UAE though, you will see that the ladies are not shy at all. They're super stylish and they play with colors, even though they're with the bias, they will actually have their super colorful bags, their shoes, makeup, everything.
I think that's more fun. I mean, it's like, it's the way also like you stylish, because you can have some fuchsia pumps with, like, for example, a navy suit for the office.
Yeah.
Or you can also like style it with a pair of jeans. So it's also like how you combine it and how you.
I think for heels, colorful shoes are amazing. Yeah. You can be wearing the most basic t-shirt ever and you will look like a million bucks.
Shoes are very powerful. Like it can change your outfit completely. So they're like a very powerful fashion piece.
It's true. I think bags and shoes are kind of like keys, and also we women tend to look so much, like, okay, we getting the right ones. Because in a way they're also statement pieces. And they're investment pieces at the same time. You see, because the clothes, for example, you may put on weight, or you get pregnant like Naomi. So the clothes actually come and go. Yeah. But shoes and bags is something that you can actually spend money on it. Right. Because you're going to be there for a long time.
Right. I mean, I think about it as well. Like our shoes, are handcrafted and use the best leathers and materials. So those are like pieces to have for a long time, It's not like one season and then go. It's also like the brand concept of being timeless elegant, it's not like, one season and then trend, it's over, right?
Particular trend, and then later next year you're not going to want to wear because it's going to look for last year. It's actually more kind of elegant.
We try to accommodate like certain trends and like, or materials that are on trend, so that's okay, but in general, like the style, you can like still make it work like some seasons after. So I like that concept of like, like slow fashion. Like,
When you are designing, do you have somebody in mind besides the divas? Like, do you have like I don't know, like your customer? You have picture her? Do you have a name for her?
Not like a specific, I don't have a specific person in mind, but in general, it's like the concept of, the modern woman, the woman on the go, that needs to be stylish and still comfortable, and, that has to go to the office, or is a mom, and, has to take care of their kids and go here and there. So I take into account all of the situations in a woman's life and try to bring something to all of those situations.
Let's focus on the innovation, because actually that was actually the burning question we had before. The insides of the shoe. You have this Lagos fit.
Right.
Explain us about these Lagos fit, and now that we know that you're going to keep on innovating in the future, maybe later on we have another fit. Tell us what is it about the Lagos fit.
So the Lagos fit is the combination of all of the comfort features that we have included in our shoes. First of all, we use a special structure inside the shoe that is not visible from the outside, but it let us put a special cushioning on the ball of the foot.
The ball is this area, right?
Right. The area below.
Yeah, just before the toes.
Yeah, right. Okay. So it's cushioned when you walk. So it's softer. You don't feel like the burning effect, that it happens when you're wearing high heels.
Yeah, because that's where most of the weight actually is going, right?
Yeah. It's also important that the shoe is balanced. So that makes the weight of your body not be so much on that area. And it's also at the back.
Oh, okay.
So that's also another thing that makes you feel less.
So it's balanced the front and the back.
Yeah, so, everything works together. It's not just one thing. It's like all of the things working together. Another of the features is the leather lining that we use that has a special treatment that makes it, when you sweat in the summer, then it doesn't smell bad.
Oh, it's antibacterial or something.
Antibacterial, and it has like a lot of properties.
So instead of having to buy something from the outside, actually the shoe already has all that, and it's already part of the shoe.
Yeah, it helps you with that.
Oh, perfect.
We also use like the heel caps are of a not so strong material. So it helps you. It's shock absorbing. So when you walk, it's not as strong on your knees, and you don't feel like the step. So much. And it's like a combination of like a well balanced heel, like the inside structure. It has to be.
Everything is a little bit cushiony inside, and the back also is protected for you not to feel like a hard, like you're hitting a hard surface.
So it's more of like the general result, and that makes you like feel good and be and look good. So it's some things like the internal design, this internal structure is not something you can see, but you feel it when you have your feet inside. It's also like the way we work with the lasts, that is the inside. It's a structure where the shoe is ensemble, that it has the shape of the shoe. So this has to have like a specific width. So it has to be wide enough to make enough room for your feet.
Right. And, there's some of them that are so so
narrow.
You feel like it's my size, but why it feels so? And we always have the hope that we're going to be able to make
it doesn't
room.
That's like fall. Like if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Not gonna fit in the future.
I have shoes like that, and they don't fit. I agree with you, but you try. You think that maybe if we put them at home with some socks, walk them a little bit, that would make them. But it's true. Then the minute that you're out of the socks, then it hurts again. So that was about the Lagos fit. How was the process until you felt happy enough with the achievement of the Lagos fit, and you said, okay, now?
So as I mentioned before, there was a lot of trial and error, and it took us a lot of time to get to this point.
How long did it take actually to get you like, okay, I'm happy with this?
Like 3 to 4 years.
Oh wow!
Like trying and going back and.
Wow.
Because I mentioned it takes time, and like shoes like very complicated, a lot of components. For example, like if for example the height, like the heel is like 1 centimeter or like some millimeters higher than what it should be, it unbalances the shoe, and like you have to like correct it, and like there are like, it's a matter of like millimeters in the shoe, so it's like you have to be very precise, and it feels when you have a good shoe, you just, the minute that you put it on, you just feel it. Right.
You just feel it. What I imagine is, there's so many that are actually not good, that it's not that easy to get it right.
And it's also something that is handmade. So
your shoes are handmade, the entire thing?
It's it's handcrafted. We like for some parts we need like machines, so like for the pressure, for example, like for like the shoe to be like better ensemble, so that it's stronger. But it's a very manual process. Like it's all like it's hand stitch, like So
wow. Yeah. Is it expensive to innovate nowadays, Silvia? The many tests and trials that you mentioned, because 3-4 years trying, wow.
I mean, it's expensive. It's expensive until you like know enough about the industry and about everything, and then you like go straighter to what you want. But until you get to this point, you need to get the knowledge, you need to assemble the right kind of people to help you, and since it's like innovation, that's like its definition. You don't know, you're trying to do something new, and that's, I mean, it's not easy.
No,
you have to like invest in that, but I think it's something that the market would value and the women would value, because it's
this
something.
Is the question. Do you think the customers appreciate actually the effort that goes behind innovation? Because sometimes it's so easy to replicate, and you've been spending years and time over time, but still innovation we need in our lives. So
right, I think it's important to like always keep innovating and trying to make your product better, because that's how you're gonna succeed in the market. Like always trying to bring something new and better, and satisfy your customer needs. And every woman needs an elegant and comfortable shoe. So.
And that's why you're here.
Yeah.
For example, I was mentioning this because some designers really stop investing in innovation because of the possibility to be copied is just so sometimes just so easy. In China, for example, they copy everything,
right.
and they spend not only money but also time finding out what will work, and
right.
then you don't get maybe the time to make a profit out of it. That's why when it comes to innovation, and when it's actually coming out of your own pocket, basically, it's tricky, right, to find the balance. But I'm so happy that it's part of your DNA, and actually you want to keep on doing it. So I'm not stopping you at all, but I want to find out if you actually reflected on all this when you were actually going through it.
I mean, I'm trying to protect myself in the ways that I can, but I still think that it's also like your brand DNA, your design, your style, like the brand values, and it's something that cannot be copied because it's unique to that brand. Like even if you try to do the same, it's not going to be the same, like the soul of the brand. It doesn't have that soul. It doesn't have, that powerful message, or when you buy a brand, you also buy what it's like on the outside, like what does that brand represent. For example, for us, it's like we want to empower women, we want to make you feel beautiful. So it's not like an empty fashion brand. It's like we are the brand for like the modern women, and it's something that I think other fashion brands don't focus.
But what ways can designers actually protect themselves beside the registration?
I think it's just being authentic, being themselves, and that the way you cannot be copied because it's just you and it's only you. So
well, legally, besides the registration, maybe work with factories that have these agreements, that the confidentiality agreements and stuff, so that they are not going to be actually sharing all your.
I mean, for myself, I don't really put that much time into that because I think like there are a lot of other like productive things to like get done. So just like be authentic, and the consumer will appreciate that, and
So now we know it's comfortable inside and it's beautiful outside. Tell me about the embellishments.
So we use the best materials in the market. We use Swarovski crystals. We use Italian leathers from the best tanneries and the best fabrics, glitters and patent leathers. So we try to bring the best of the best to our shoes. And we also, as I mentioned, we handcraft the shoes in Spain. That there is a long tradition of luxury shoe manufacturing. So we try to bring the best of both worlds. Like we already have the luxury the luxury craftsmanship, and we are trying to include this innovation, these comfort features to those elements.
Right. Some people don't know, but in Spain, actually, we are amazing manufacturers of shoes and everything bags. That has to do with leather bags. Like in the area of Alicante, for example, Stuart Weissman is actually manufacturing also in Spain. And huge brands like Loewe, Prada, they're also manufacturing in Spain.
A lot of luxury.
So it's true that maybe the final assembly or whatever is done in or maybe just putting the logo in Italy, because it's made in Italy sells better than made in Spain still, but the craftsmanship, actually the work is being done behind the curtains.
For me, it's very important to work in Spain because it's my own country, and I think we have these great cobblers and craftsmanship, and we have the experience and the knowledge, and we have to be proud of it and
also the
make
tradition.
It known.
I think also it's important, the tradition, because in this case, for example, it's kind of something that is inherited. It's part in the villages you go in Valencia, or you go in Andalusia, in the Ubrique area, it has been passed from generation to generation for so many years. Now it's maybe third, fourth generation they're doing it the same, and it's amazing how beautiful their work can be. Honestly, I was very impressed. I've been in Ubrique area. I've been also in the Alicante area, traveling actually, finding out suppliers, and I was so impressed. Honestly, the level of craftsmanship, and then you see what they're producing, and they're top brands.
I mean, we have the quality and we have everything. So
yeah. Go ahead and push for saying.
We just need to be known, and I think more brands should also
This is something where I think we are always behind.
Yeah, but
marketing.
We should start. Yeah, we should start
exactly.
We are not Of course, Italy is great craftsmanship, but you also have great craftsmanship. So
Yeah. In Italy, they have the craftsmanship and they also have the design, but the design is something that also you can learn at the end of the day, right? France also has great marketing about their products. Italy has great marketing. What happened with Spain? Really, I'm sometimes oh my God. But anyways, most probably other countries in across the world will have the same feeling. We are also great doing it. No. Let me ask you about your shoes. As I mentioned before, actually, the design itself is actually very well adapted to the Arab countries. Was it something that you were actually let me put this together, because you were already thinking maybe I end up actually going to the Middle East?
I mean, something that, of course, I took into account, all of the market where it could fit my product, but it's also my personal aesthetic. So I think my personal view on style also works good with what Arab women like. So that's why I also wanted to came here, because I think it's a good match and yeah.
Well, tell me about the materials that you use to create the shoes. You say Italian leather,
Italian sweat, Swarovski crystals. We also use patent leather, metallic leather, which is the shiny one, glitters, velvets. We have we use a lot of different materials.
And do you travel often to get them, or how do you source them?
You can source it, some of them have representatives in Spain, and then sometimes when you go to the materials fair in Italy, once every season, then you get to know the supply, the leather suppliers, or you get to know other different suppliers, and you see what is on trend, the colors of the season, and then they send it to Spain. So
are you thinking maybe of using exotic leathers in the future? Because it's tricky, that question. Eh?
Yeah, I really I think it looks really good, the snake, but I'm more of using eco-exotic leathers, like salmon, or I think for me,
eel also is
eel.
I don't know, eel you can use also in the shoes, eel.
Yeah, I'm more for
innovation also in the leathers.
Yeah,
because
innovation in the leather. So luxury or exotic leathers that are a byproduct of the food industry. So those are not animals only grown just for their leathers. It's just for example, the fish. You use the leather, the skin, and then you eat the fish. So it's not something that you only consume just for the leather, and then. Yeah. So, for me, it's
in the previous podcast, we actually had a very interesting interview with vegan fashion, and Shruti was actually mentioning very interesting also innovations when it comes to leather. Pinatex,
I know,
pineapple, and the other one was mushroom leather. So imagine, you can also get into those ones. It's also interesting because, as you said, there's no animals involved, so everybody's happy. So you're selling already across Europe. How different do you see the GCC market when you compare to Europe?
I think more of the dresses, maybe the colors in Europe is more conservative with more plain colors, and in here people like to experiment more with brighter colors, and they like metallics, they like glitter, they like shiny embellishments. So it's
here is more fun. I find in here is so much fun.
people like to try also different things and mix things a little bit more, and in Europe we are more more conservative.
Yeah, more
the plain. But Yeah.
Tell me about your bridal collection, because you also have bridal collection.
So we are like, since we do, our concept is comfort and style. We think that's like the perfect combination also for like the brides, that want to be beautiful and feel super comfortable on their wedding day.
You have no way to remove your shoes.
Right.
So the entire day you have to have your shoes on.
Right. So we think like, our shoes perfect for that market as well. So we are trying to like also.
And you have like you do like a design different from the other designs, or you change the color to adapt it? Because some of your shoes will look amazing on whites and off whites.
Right.
Like they're just basically changing the color. They're already bridals.
We try to like adapt the designs to like the bridal world. And I think I'm also like a big fan of brides who wear colorful shoes. I think it makes it like the look, much fresher, and then you can use those shoes afterwards. So.
Yeah.
So
well, if, for example, the Indian weddings are super mega colorful and they are beautiful, like that the saris and well, they have like many different days of wedding actually, and every day could be a different outfit, different color. So yeah, it's true. Our traditional weddings, when we are only thinking about white or off white, but it's true that actually there is other type of weddings where the colors are actually more than welcome.
More and more, like like traditional girls with white dresses, like they're trying like
the accessorize with more colorful things.
Yeah,
true, very true.
Yeah.
So Silvia, what would be your next steps? Would you want to add other accessories or clothing to your brand, or what are you thinking, like, okay, this is my next move?
So like for now, it's like we're launching the shoes, and like we eventually want to like also do bags, like to complement our shoes, because it's also good to have the shoe and the bag for like for example evening events. So that's
that's the next move, maybe.
Next move that we want to go, but we will still like be focused on the shoes, because it's, as I mentioned before, it's something that we want to keep working on, and it's an ongoing process. So yeah, at least for now.
Are you gonna maybe use other type of shoes, like, I don't know, like ballerinas? You mentioned that you have higher and not so higher heels.
We like keep
or boots, or
we keep increasing our
portfolio
offering. So like sandals or like lower heels. Like eventually, we will do like ballerinas, or like ballerinas with a little bit of heel. And like the idea is to expand to other types of footwear, not only pumps or more classic style.
And clothing also? Are you thinking of clothing, or clothing is something that doesn't interest you as much?
Not now. Like our brand was made, like we were born to like make high heel shoes comfortable. So we're like, we are still very young, and we want to develop that concept and be known for that.
They make also bags light, please.
Right.
Because we want them with, having their metallics and stuff. We love that, but then they get so heavy sometimes.
Yeah, that's a common concern. Yeah.
So now you have, as a consumer. We can do a kind of like a call to buyers and to consumers, but especially to buyers, to check these beautiful shoes and add them to their shops if they are hearing actually this podcast, because they're really worthy, and they will sell very well. The colors, the shapes, the design, the comfort, I think that actually may work very well in this market.
Yeah, and as you were just there, the presentation, everyone was very excited about it and everyone loved it. So I think it's a product that
it is a need, indeed.
Women
we're craving for that.
Yeah,
for sure. But if, for example, if anyone from the audience wants to get in touch with you, or the buyers want to get in touch with you, what is the best way to actually get through to you?
So they can email us at silvia.lago@silvialago.com, or visit our website silvialago.com, and they can follow us also on Instagram, Silvia Lago BCN.
BCN because it's Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
You have also Facebook?
We have Facebook and we have Instagram, and they all have the same handle. So
okay.
Silvia Lago BCN.
Okay, easy to find.
Yeah.
So Silvia, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
having me. We learned a lot from you. It was amazing. Your presentation was great, actually. Congratulations. I think everybody that was there enjoyed a lot your shoes, the way you were explaining actually the concept, how you were actually explaining the comfort, the insides of the shoes and all that. It was really awesome. We learned a lot. Thank you so much. And good luck.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
So, that was our interview with Silvia Lago. Now we know more about innovation in fashion and how it helps differentiate your product from your competition. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for being there. I really hope you enjoyed the interview. And if you liked it, hit the subscribe button and give us your 5-star rating on iTunes. Your 5 stars will allow this podcast to grow and get more visibility within iTunes. And don't forget to leave a comment. Your feedback is super important for us. We want to know your thoughts to keep on improving. You can subscribe to our digital magazine, DubaiFashionNews.com. There you can find also all the archives with past podcasts, in case you want to catch up and learn, for example, how Victoria St. Pierre, another shoe designer, managed to get her shoes in royal fit, or what kind of advice gives Toby Meadows to emerging fashion designers. If you want to communicate with us, be part of the program, or are interested in a particular topic, just send us an email to hello@DubaiFashionNews.com or use our Facebook or Instagram accounts. Thank you and see you in the next podcast.